Good morning, buggies and lollies. Today is Monday and we've got a new topic this week. We are talking about something called biodiversity. Okay, now last week I hope you guys enjoyed the activities that I gave you, and I loved seeing all the pictures and videos of what you guys have been doing at home, so keep sending them to me. Okay, so like I said, we are talking about biodiversity. So now we're going to speak a little bit about what is biodiversity. Okay, so here's the picture for you. Alright, biodiversity is basically everything that we see in nature. Okay, so it also talks about, you will see in this picture here, let me quickly show you. Okay, you'll see in this picture we have some animals, we have some plants, and it's all going around the earth. Okay, and what is this blue? It's the sea. Okay, so it's all about how everything works together. Okay, so everything in the sea, all of the sea creatures, the animals, the plants, how the animals grow. Okay, we sometimes call it an ecosystem. Maybe you've heard of an ecosystem. Okay, an ecosystem is where the plants and animals live. Okay, so you get different kinds of ecosystems, and in those ecosystems everything works together. So the animals and the plants work together to provide for each other. Okay, now yeah, I've got some pictures to show you a little bit more about that. Okay, so why is biodiversity so important? All right, it's important because, like I said, they provide for one another. The animals provide for the plants, and the plants provide for the animals. Okay, so you see these two monkeys, the baby and her mommy, they're living in the trees. So the forests provide homes for the monkeys, okay, and also provide food, because what is eating? Plants. Okay, we've got this picture here of a growing plant. Now we get something called microorganisms. Okay, you don't really need to know too much about that, but basically what they are, they're tiny little insects that we can't see. Okay, and they are very small, and what happens is they go into the soil, all right, and they give those plants the nutrients that it needs to grow. Okay, so they can be a big strong plant. Okay, and then we've got our bees, and bees are very important. We're going to read a story about that now, and then we're going to learn a little bit more about the bees. But basically what they do is they collect pollen from flowers, okay, and they take pollen and they spread it around. So they're spreading the seeds around so that the other flowers and the other trees can also grow. Okay, and they also use that pollen to make honey. All right. And of course, biodiversity is also very important for us as well, because we get our food from nature. Okay, we get our fruits and vegetables and our meats. We get it all from nature. Okay, we get it from plants and animals. Okay, and of course, very importantly, we get oxygen. All right, now oxygen is what helps us to live. It's something that we breathe in, and it comes from trees. All right, so the trees is what gives us oxygen. Okay, so if you go and if you breathe air in when you're next to a tree, you're going to get a lot of oxygen in. Okay, because it's coming out of those leaves. All right, so that's why trees are very important for us. Okay, now let's see, how can we help biodiversity? Now it's very important that we protect biodiversity, because like I said, biodiversity is helping us by providing food and oxygen and all these things. Okay, so it's very important that we take care of it, and we can do that by, we've all seen this before. What does this mean? Recycle. All right, reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay, and that's when we take things that we've used and we reuse them a couple times. Like if we have a plastic bottle, maybe we had some Coke, okay, and we can reuse that bottle a couple of times, okay, to fill it up with water and drink our water from there. Or maybe we want to use it to store something. All right, so we can reuse a whole bunch of things. Okay, then we can also find things. Remember last week we did our collage of recyclable materials. Okay, so that's like your paper and your cardboard, okay, and things like that that you can recycle. So you can throw it, there's special dustbins, we have them at the school as well, okay, we have, remember in class we have that white packet, we call it the Mondi bag. Do you guys remember that? Okay, sometimes it's white, sometimes it's green. Okay, that's the packet that we throw our paper in. That is to recycle. Okay, I hope you guys can remember, but that is where we put our paper in it so that it can get recycled. Okay, and then they take all that old paper, they take it back to the factory, and with that paper they can make new paper. All right, so it's not just getting thrown away in the dustbin. All right, and then we've got this picture here as well that you can see. This is called compost. Okay, so you can make your own compost by throwing away, not throwing away all of your old fruits and vegetables that maybe went a bit yucky in the fridge because they weren't eaten. Okay, or even your eggshells, or your fruits and vegetable peels. Okay, so maybe you're peeling potatoes, don't throw them away in the trash. Or maybe your apple peels, okay, throw them rather in your garden because it can give the plants the nutrients that it needs. Okay, and then we will be left with a happy earth. Okay, earth will be so happy because you are taking care of the biodiversity. All right, okay, boys and girls, I have got a rhyme for you. Okay, and well, it's actually a song. All right, and it goes like this: reduce, reuse, recycle, 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 reduce, reuse, recycle. It's easy to do, for your world is my world and my world is your world. Reduce, reuse, recycle. It's easy to do. Very good, boys and girls. Can we do it one more time? Okay. Reduce, reuse, recycle, 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 reduce, reduce, reuse, recycle. It's easy to do, for your world is my world and my world is your world. Reduce, reuse, recycle. It's easy to do. Very good, boys and girls. All right, and now it is story time. Okay, so let's see, what is this about? This story is called Bees Like Flowers. Okay, bees like flowers. Look, a buzzy bee. Sometimes they sting people, but they never sting me. You see, she's got a fluffy body, but don't touch her, 'cause she might get you with her stinger, 'cause you've given her a fright. I don't bother them, they're working. I just watch them do their thing. They walk around on flowers and stick their little faces in. Bees like flowers that are growing in the ground. Bright colors bring them closer and keep them buzzing round. Bees like flowers and the nectar that's so sweet. Look, the bee is drinking with a straw. But when they fly away, something sticks onto their feet. It's pollen and it's yellow. Look, it's sticking to the bee. She takes it to another flower. Or the blossoms of a tree. So flowers like bees too. Thank you, bees, they say. They help to spread the pollen and make new flowers far away. This is called a beehive. The bees call it their home. The queen lays her eggs in there, inside the honeycomb. Bees use their nectar to make honey in the hive. They feed it to their babies when they finally arrive. Yummy, runny honey made by our friends the bees. They might give you a little bit if you would just say please. So that's why bees like flowers, and that's why I like bees. The end! Yay! I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Alright, boys and girls, now I've got some activities for you guys to do this week if you would like to, if you don't have anything to do. Alright, so let's see. The first one, okay, for your art activity, you guys can make your own trees, okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to use a toilet paper roll or even a paper towel roll if you want a short tree or a tall tree, okay? And you're going to paint it brown so that it looks nice and brown like this. And then you're going to take some green paint and you're going to make a green handprint, alright? And once it is dry, you can also use other color paint to make some dots like you see here as well. It kind of looks like apples, okay? So you can make apples, you can make all the different kinds of fruits or flowers, alright? Once it is dry, you can ask mommy or daddy to help you cut it out, okay? Then on the toilet roll, you're going to cut 2 little slits on either side over here like this, okay? And then you are going to put your once your handprint is dry, okay, and it's being cut out, you're going to stick it in like this and you're going to glue it. Alright, and then you've got your trees. Alright, now our next activity, you are going to be what we call excavation. Okay, it's an excavation activity, alright? And that's just a fancy word for digging out animals. So what you're going to do is you're going to hide some of your animals. So you can ask your mommy and daddy to do this for you. You're going to hide your animals in some sand. Okay, you're going to wet the sand a little bit first so that it's not so slippery, okay, and that you can pack it in hard. You're going to hide your animals inside, okay, and once that sand is nice and hard and dry, you can use a fork or a spoon or even a hammer or whatever you have at home, okay, and you're going to work to dig out the animals, okay. And once you get the animals out, you're going to use a paintbrush like this, okay, or a toothbrush just to get rid of all that loose dirt. Alright, next activity that you guys can do, you guys are going to go out into the garden. You're going to find some leaves, the bigger the better, okay, and you're going to just have some fun practicing your cutting skills, okay. So go cut up some leaves. Alright, next activity is a little bit hidden there, but you can still see. You're going to just go and paint with water. Alright, it's going to be you can do this outside, alright, if it's warm enough, okay. You can paint on the sidewalk with water or even on the wall, alright, and you have to use your imagination for this activity, okay. You're going to dip your paintbrush in water and paint whatever you want. Alright, next activity, you are going to play basketball, okay, and you're going to see how many balls you can throw into the basket. You can give each basket a different color, alright, and see how many you can get in. Next one, you're going to do a little science experiment, and all of these activities, boys and girls, you can do at any time whenever you feel like it, okay. You don't have to do them on certain days, whenever you feel like it, okay. This activity, you're going to get a whole bunch of toys and objects from around the house, and you're going to put them in to a bucket of water like this, and you're going to decide if you think it's going to sink or float. Now remember, sinking means that it's going to go all the way to the bottom of the water, and floating means that it will stay at the top. Alright, so you need to feel the object. Maybe if it's very heavy, you think it's going to go down, alright, or maybe you think it's going to stay at the top and float, alright. So it's up to you, you must decide, and then you're going to test it and see if you're right. Alright, next activity, you're going to have some fun playing with Play-Doh, alright, and then you can do whatever you want there. And most importantly, you are going to have fun doing these activities. Alright, boys and girls, so that is it for this week. Okay, I will see you guys again next week with another video, another couple of activities for you guys to do, and hopefully I'll see you guys back in the classroom soon. I love you and I miss you lots and lots and lots, and I'll see you soon. Bye.